This is what they don't tell you about protein. Most women are eating enough protein to survive, but not enough to actually feel strong, energized, and supported in the long term. You've probably heard eat more protein 1,000 times. If you don't actually understand why, it's hard to stay consistent with it. So in this video, I want to break it down into a simple, practical way. So you actually understand what protein is doing in your body, how much you might actually need, and how it can fit into your everyday life. Because Fieri isn't about extremes. It's about becoming your strongest, healthiest future self. The kind of strength that supports your hormones, your bones, your energy, and how you feel day to day. Let's get into it. Protein is one of the 3 macronutrients our body needs, the other 2 being carbohydrates and fats. But what makes protein different is that it's made up of amino acids, which are essentially building blocks for key functions in your body that happen day to day. Things like repairing and building muscles, regulating your hormones, improving bone strength, and even things like your skin and hair health. So it's actually not just about building muscle, it's about supporting your whole body. And it becomes even more important as we age, especially through things like menopause, where maintaining muscle and bone density really does matter. In the UK, the recommendation is around 0.75 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. But that is just a recommendation and a minimum one. That's not necessarily what you might need to feel your best. What does that actually look like in real life? Well, for most women, actually getting 1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram is more supportive, especially if you're super active or doing any kind of strength training. And that doesn't mean being extreme, it just means giving your body a little bit more of what it needs to recover and repair. For example, if you weigh 65 kilograms at 0.75 grams per kilo, that's about 49 grams of protein per day as the baseline. 1 gram per kilo being 65 grams a day, and of course 1.2 grams per kilo being around 78 grams of protein a day. Even a small increase can really make a difference to your energy, recovery, and long-term strength. Good news here is that not everything needs to be tracked perfectly. If you're able to work out a rough goal that gives you a good target for what you should be getting in a day, which you can spread over breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's not about being perfect every day, but having a rough target will help your future self. Where are we actually getting all of this protein from? Well, there's of course animal-based sources, so things like eggs, fish, chicken, dairy, and meats are considered complete proteins, meaning they contain all the essential amino acids your body needs. They're generally easy for the body to use and can be a convenient way to build your meals. So you might look at eggs or yogurt in breakfast, chicken or fish with your lunch or dinner. Something like Greek yogurt as a snack can be a great way to hit your protein goal in a day. Not only that, but they provide nutrients like iron, zinc, and vitamin B12. Plant-based proteins are another superpower, and they come with added benefits like fiber and antioxidants. Foods like lentils, beans, and chickpeas, tofu, tempeh, quinoa, nuts, and seeds, they're all amazing sources of protein. You might hear these as incomplete proteins, but in reality, as long as you're eating a variety of plant foods across the day, you can easily get what your body needs. It really doesn't have to be complicated, because variety does the work for you. To summarize, protein supports your muscles, your hormones, your bones, and recovery. The standard guideline is a minimum, but most women will feel a little bit better by having that bit extra, hitting around 1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram. Spreading protein across your meals will make it more effective, and you will feel more satiated, meaning your hunger is kind of controlled throughout the day. But this is the key part: consistency over perfection. Protein isn't about restriction or obsession. It's a tool to support your body, to help you feel stronger, more resilient, and feel better in the long term. If you're thinking about your protein intake now, maybe just reflect on, what protein sources do I actually enjoy? Can I include a little bit in each meal? Am I supporting myself in the long term? I'd love to hear your thoughts or questions in the comments below, especially with what's worked for you. And just to say, this is general advice and not personalized, so if you do have any specific needs, it's always best to speak to a qualified professional first. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.